Hello and welcome to this video, this apartment tour video. Today I'm going to share with you my $1,500 a month studio apartment in the Bronx, New York. I've been living here for 2 years. When I first moved here, my rent was $14.50, and then I renewed and it went up to $14.85, which is what I'm paying right now. And then I just got my lease renewal, and if I were to renew it again, it'll be $15.30. I forgot what it was. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna say it's $1,500 because that's about average, like 15 and change for this particular apartment. By the time you watch this, I will no longer be in this apartment because I am moving. I'm not renewing the lease. And I'm also not gonna be living in New York because everything's just going up. Things are so expensive and rent is just too expensive. Even with 2 jobs, I'm barely making it here, so I'm leaving. But before I do want to give you a tour. So if you are looking to move to New York City, you can see what $1,500 could get you in the Bronx, New York. Actually, when I was looking for apartments, you can get a 1-bedroom last year, a 1-bedroom for $1,500 in the Bronx. I saw a 1-bedroom apartment by the Yankee Stadium. It was $1,500, and I applied and I kept bugging the realtor, and he never got back to me. I was so angry, but I found this studio, which is like really big for the size. If you want to see what a studio in Manhattan looks like, I did do a tour before I moved out of there. I'll leave it up here somewhere so you can watch it after you watch this one. That one was literally the size of this corner. It was so small, and it was $1,700, and I was like, absolutely not, I'm leaving, and I found this apartment. So today we're going to see what $1,500 gets you in the Bronx. So we'll start in the walk-in area, which is, I have to move the camera now because we're here. Okay, so as you walk in, this is what you see. This is a little corner that let me close the door. This is a little corner that I turn into like an office. So you walk in, and there's a hallway here. This is the bathroom, which I'll just show you. Closet. So if you turn around, this is what the little hallway looks like. I turned it into a cute little office, a small office, because I was having, let me turn this. Don't look at my room. I used to have this in the living area, but I wanted to, kind of create my tiny little corner office and separate my working space from my living space. So I bought this very small desk on Amazon and turned this into like a little corner working space. I have some a shoe rack here. Some stuff on the wall. This light, I don't even turn it on. There's a light here. I don't turn this on. Anyways, so we move on. Then this is the hallway. I have 2 closets, which are pretty big. Let me show you. Okay, this is closet 1. That's my washer right there. It's pretty big. It has a lot of space compared to my last closet. Didn't have so much space, but it had some space. And this is the other closet, which is a pretty good size. That is my dryer down there. Oh wait, don't look at my address. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll be out of here in a month. And then, okay, and this is the bathroom. It is a normal bathroom. The light is flickering. I think it needs to be changed, but I am not changing it because I'm leaving in a month. So what is the point? But they could do it after I leave. But it's just a normal, typical bathroom. Hello. It's pretty spacious. I do like that there's a lot of space because I was able to buy this on Amazon just to use as storage. So I have all my hair stuff there, my towels. This is for my hair. This I bought at Home Goods because there was no thing to hold my towels. And then I bought one. I bought a cheap one at a discount store and it broke. It came off because the walls are like made out of paper, I guess. So it came off, and so I bought this to hang my towels. So we'll go into, and as you leave the bathroom, you walk into the living space. Hello, Lucky. That's this my dog. It's pretty spacious. This is literally like 3 times the size of my last apartment. I have a table, like a dining little table here. My bookshelf. So if you look from out here, that's the little hallway that we were just in. Sorry. Okay, that's the little hallway we were just in. And then the lighting is very bad. You know what, let me do, I think this is, okay, let's do it there. So in this space, my bed is a full-size bed. And I had it, hold on, right now it's against the window. But when I first moved, I had it like against the wall. And that kind of created less space. It was taking up too much space. Somehow, I don't know. But I turned it around, I put it against the window. So now I have a lot more space. I have space. So my desk, I used to have it here, but then I moved it over there to have space, and now I have this cute little chair that turns into a bed. So if I have friends over, you can sleep here, or I'll sleep here. And I'll let them sleep in my bed. And then I have my dining table, my dresser, I have a Peloton, and I have a bed. So it's pretty spacious. I could have a few friends over and hang out. Lucky is always with me. And then we're gonna show you, me and Lucky are gonna show you the kitchen. And then you turn around, and this is the kitchen, which is right, you know, this is the hallway and the kitchen. It's actually a pretty good size kitchen. Let me turn the light on, hold on. For a studio, this is a pretty decent size. My last kitchen, the refrigerator was like inside. It was like against this wall like this. So I barely had any space, and the refrigerator in my last apartment was blocking half of the cabinet space. So this, for a single individual, for one person, I have enough cabinet space where I could put all my things. I have up here too, but I don't even use this one. I have space down there, but this is just a normal sized kitchen with a stove, and that's it. That is the kitchen. And as you can see, this is what the studio looks like from the kitchen, which is a pretty decent size, I think. And I actually have 3 windows. I have those 2 right there, and I have this window right there, but the window is blocked by the TV. I also don't like to leave that window this open because I live on the first floor right now, and the entrance is like right there. So I don't like to keep that open because I don't want people seeing, like looking in. That's why these windows, I have this tape, this like cover. Oh my God, it's so, I'm sorry, the lighting just turned terrible. We're back. Like I was saying, I bought these things on Amazon to cover the window because I do live on the first floor and I didn't want people. It's not really like the first floor. It's like half a floor up. It's technically the first floor, but the way the windows are built, it feels like it's like half a floor up. Anyways, I bought those because I didn't want people. I wanted to get some sunlight. When I first moved in here, I had curtains. I never opened them, but then someone told me about these and I put them on the window and now I can get some sunlight. This is my studio apartment. It's pretty spacious. I've been really happy here. It's just that it's expensive. $1,500, although for New York, $1,500 is pretty decent. But I feel like if you have to make, to live by yourself, you have to make a lot of, like 100K to live comfortably. I'm barely making it now. So I am leaving because I don't want to keep paying so much rent. The one thing about the Bronx is just that it's really far from everything. I live in Woodlawn, which is a section of the Bronx. It's actually really nice. It's by Lehman College. There's a hospital nearby, Montefiore Hospital. I'm by the 4 train, which is an express train in Manhattan. That just means it's one of the faster trains. It skips a bunch of stations. So, but even it's local in the Bronx, express in Manhattan. I am all the way up, second to last stop, Mushaloo Parkway. But by the time you watch this, I will no longer be in that area because I will be gone out of New York. But that's where I live right now, by the 4 train. It's like an hour away from everything. That's the only thing that I don't like about living up here. When I lived in Manhattan, I was 20 minutes away from everything, but I was paying a lot more money. So those are the things that you have to sacrifice. You know, you get more space and the rent might be cheaper, but you're gonna be further away from everything. Like, I don't even like to go to Brooklyn because that is just a day trip for me. It takes me like almost, depending on where I go to Brooklyn, 2 hours. So I try not to go over there as much as I can. Because I live in the first floor, I always hear all the cars and just everything. But I do love this studio. It was nice while I was here, 2 years. The area is pretty clean, the building is pretty clean. Although, you know, you get the occasional roaches. And when I go to take out my garbage, there's a lot of rats in there. So I'm like, every time I go, I like run in there and then I leave. But this is what you get for $1,500 in the Bronx. Anyways, that is the video. That is my apartment. This is my full studio apartment. Oh my god, I just got dizzy there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're moving to New York and you want more tips, I do have a couple of videos of like where are the good areas to live at, the good neighborhoods. I'll insert them here. I also have a video when I was looking for an apartment before I moved here. I did a whole video about moving and like what I used to get this apartment. I got this apartment through Trulia.com, but there's also Street Easy. There's other places. I'm not on Facebook, but people say Facebook Marketplace you can find apartments, but I've never done that one. When I first moved here, I used Craigslist, but now I've used the last few apartments. I've used realtors. The last few apartments, my last apartment I got through Street Easy. Anyways, that is the video. My apartment, nice little hallway, nice little kitchen, and a nice spacious living area. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're moving to New York City, good luck in your search. I hope you find your perfect apartment, and I hope this was helpful just to give you an idea of what you can get up here in the Bronx. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you on my next video.